Instagram land. And now here I'm live. Hi, everybody. This is Timothy Chemo Bryan, your head instigator for Create Art Podcast. And that's where I help you tame your inner critic and create more than you consume. Now, how do I do that? Great question. Great question on that, folks. Oh, and I see Stacy over there giving me the big hearts. Loving you, Stacy. Tell that big bear that I miss him tremendously. Anyhow, hey, good evening, neighbor over there in Instagram land. My good neighbor Alicia over there. Go, Virginia. Anyhow, how do I do all this? Well, I use my over 20 years of experience in the arts and education to help you out. Now, how do I do that? I use commentary. I use conversations, I use interviews, and I use projects. And this year has been a really exciting year for me. I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's been a really exciting year because I'll end up with 90 little different episodes. And this is going to be one of them. So we're going to be talking about theater. I'm going to talk about my history with theater because, you guys want to know about it and want to know a little bit more about me. There we go. My history with theater, why it's important to me, and kind of where I see it going. I had a really good conversation a couple of weeks ago with a friend of mine, Heather, on Facebook. And she's a real friend of mine, like a real life person, flesh and blood kind of person. And she's in the Chicago theater arts scene, and she helped me out tremendously. But we were talking about, hey, where's theater going these days? What is the future of theater? So I'll talk about that. I'll end the conversation here tonight. Well, actually, it's not a conversation. It is kind of a monologue, I guess, right now. So we'll end the monologue with that tonight. So theater, do you spell it with an ER or an RE? Well, yes. The answer to that one is yes. Chicago style deep dish pizza or Chicago deep dish style pizza. What's the right answer? Yes. They're both the right answer. So I think you all should know that. I'm stuck on the East Coast. We don't have deep dish out here. It's scary. Let me talk about how I started in theater. So we're going to go in the Wayback Machine. And I'm a freshman in high school. Now, actually, before then, when I was a middle schooler, I played tuba for the school band. And I was pretty damn good. I'm not going to, be modest. I was damn good. So I was playing tuba and transitioned to high school, went to the orchestra. And so I was playing classical music. Yeah, and I was the tuba guy. You got to have a tuba. And I needed to have another elective. So I said, what the hell? I'll do this beginning acting class. Maybe it'll help with something. I don't know. So I start this acting class, and back then I was, 15 years old. I was 6'2". I had a mustache and a beard going on. I was able to, shall we say, purchase adult beverages at an early age. So I was a big guy, and they were doing the spring musical, which was Guys and Dolls. I had missed we did a fall play and spring musical. So I got to do Guys and Dolls, and I was doing something that's called pin rail. And that's where you are in the back and you have all these ropes and you're pulling in scenery or set pieces, through a pulley system. So anyhow, they said, hey, Tim, you're going to do it and you're going to lead it. And here's a sophomore and here's a senior and you're going to be the team lead. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I'll do that. I got really organized. I got out a notebook. I knew where all the scene changes were. I knew, which rail is coming in, which rail is going out. And, we were just rocking and rolling with that. Well, when you do pin rail, you also do the main curtain. So y'all have seen the big red curtain that comes in, comes out. So that was my job as well, because I was the head guy. Now, Alicia, over here in Instagram land, will let you know that Tim will go and do things that he has no idea what he's doing, but he'll do them. He'll do them well. So this has just been a constant thing with me, a constant thing that you tell me to do something, I'm going to do it, and it's going to be done very well. So it's closing night, and I'm getting ready to close out the show. It's been great. People are applauding. People are throwing their underwear. I don't know why. I didn't look at it. And so I'm getting ready to close the curtain, so that way we can, do our curtain call and then close it out for the night. And then I can go clean up stuff and go to a thing called a cast party. I've never been to one of those. I get the curtain closed for the last time. And not the lead actress, but the second lead actress. And I forget the name of the character. Anyhow, she was a senior. And she runs up to me and she's like, "Is this your first show?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Before I know it, she's planting a big kiss on me. Just, the whole kit and caboodle. I'm like, "Oh, so if this is what theater is about," yeah, because I'm a freshman and I'm like, ah. And I got one of the, most beautiful girls, very nice girl, planting one on me. And I'm like, yes, yes, I can devote my life to theater. Yes, I can. And then I go to the cast party. And again, 6'2", a little bit of scrubble going on there. I look not 15. I look 22, 23, especially, because I had some money in my pocket. And I go to the cast party with, a case of beer. And there we go. And we imbibe in adult beverages. And I saw Monty Python's The Holy Grail for the first time. And I just had one of the best nights of my life. It was one of the best. It wasn't the best, but it was one of the best. At that time, it was the best night of my life. Let me just say that. If I would have died the next day, I would have been a happy person. I would have been the happiest person in heaven or hell, either place. So I'm thinking, okay, this is what theater is about. It's a great community. It's very accepting. People are kissing me. It's great. So I do theater all through high school. Now, at the same time I was doing that, I was also starting writing poetry. So I was doing theater, I was doing orchestra, and I was doing poetry. Oh God, I was horrible. I'm sorry. But I'm doing all these things, and they all kind of stuck with me. Yeah, being a musician, I still do music. Theater, I go to work every day. They think I like going there. I'm kidding. They do. I do like going there, Alicia. I do like going to work every day. And I still write poetry all the time. So these are things that have been going on since 1988. God, I feel old. Okay. In 1988, I graduated in 91. Go Jayhawks, Jefferson Jayhawks, Rockford, Illinois. There you are. So that had a really big impression on me at that time. And that's how I got into this whole art gig stuff. Kind of crazy like that. I know. So I decide, well, you know what? I am going to go ahead and, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the military. And I decide that I'm going to have the military pay for my college degree. I'm going to go ahead and get a degree in theater. Why not? Little did I know that it's hard to make a decent living in theater, especially on the stage, if you're an onstage person. But I was a backstage person. I didn't want to be on the stage. I was always, let me do the lights. Let me build the set. Let me go ahead and, do the pin rail and kiss the pretty girls. Which reminds me, one of my last shows in high school, I had another girl after a show. You kind of hang out with me in the scene shop, and she grabbed me and slapped a kiss on me, and I'm just like, oh God, this is what it's all about: getting kissed by pretty girls. For theater, for a young 15-year-old kid, 18-year-old kid, that's what it was about. So years pass, and I'm still writing poetry in the Air Force. I'm not really doing theater, but I decided, let me go ahead and get my degree, and went down to SIU, Southern Illinois University. Go Salukis, go Salukis, and started to study theater down there and get my bachelor's degree. And I found that I really liked really avant-garde stuff. I still do to this day. I love avant-garde stuff. As a matter of fact, I have another podcast, and it's called Clearly Obtuse, and it's my avant-garde podcast. I haven't put out an episode in a year, but I still get people listening to it. I don't know why, but well, I'm glad that they're listening to it, but it happens. That's where I do my theater now. So, I'm doing theater in college, and I got to tour all of Southern Illinois as part of our children's theater troupe. We did Puss in Boots, and I was the evil ogre, and so I got to scare the crap out of kids, set up, build the set up the set, tear down the set, pack it away, and then go to the next city. And in Southern Illinois, and there's a lot of little towns. Let me tell you, a lot of little towns in Southern Illinois. Oh my God. So we would do that, and then we would do, meet and greets with the teachers and the principals and some of the kids, and that was great too. I was just like, hey, this is fantastic. And I got to do opera in Des Moines, Illinois, of all places. Des Moines, Iowa. I'm sorry. Oh my God, Des Moines, Iowa. They have a Des Moines Metro Opera out there, and that was a great experience because I really got to test all the stuff that I knew professionally. So I did a summer stock out there, and that was great. There's a story about there that I can't really tell you about because the statute of limitations has not expired yet on that. I'm kidding. That was back in '99, so pretty much anything with the statute of limitations is expired. So, but I prefer not to talk about it at this point in juncture. So, I do that, and I hook up with one of my greatest mentors, Noreen Barnes McLean, and she is getting ready to go to Richmond, Virginia, to go teach at VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. So I'm like, well, I can either go to Northwestern up in Illinois, in Chicago, and study lighting design, which was my plan, or I can go out to Richmond, Virginia. And I thought, let me go to Richmond, Virginia. What the heck? Why not? So I go out there, and I go and do my master's degree. And again, doing a lot of different shows. I'm actually, getting in front of the audiences and directing shows. And people are really, liking my work because I'm the big, stupid guy. And I can play the big, stupid guy really well, unbelievably well. I can't tell you how well I can play the big, stupid guy. So I do that in grad school, and I do my thesis and do 3 years of that. Met my wonderful wife, of which we're going to be celebrating our 8th wedding anniversary here on Tuesday of next week, which will be the 21st. I should know because I have it tattooed to my chest, so I'll never forget it. So I met my wife out there, and we've had a wonderful, love affair since 2001, pretty much. And I meet my wife out there and graduate from grad school, and then I kick around for a bunch of years in Chicago until I hook up with Veteran Art Project. And they encouraged me, because I'm a veteran, they encouraged me to, use the talents that I had. I'm a writer. I know how to act. I know how to do this. I know how to do that. I paint a little bit. I paint like a 4-year-old on crack, kids. So I do that, and it was really, really therapeutic, and it was a great time. I wrote a play of my experiences, not in the military, but after I got out of the military, called Green Curtain. And I ran into a wonderful person, Heather Myers, who I have here on the good old Facebook. But I ran into her. She's a literary agent, dramaturg, stage manager, all that kind of good stuff for American Blues Theater up in Chicago. And she really encouraged me and helped me write the play Green Curtain, which we actually got stage ratings, and part of it was actually produced and presented to a live paying audience. That's the greatest thing a artist can ask for. So I do that, and then I get done with I get done with Chicago, and I move back to Virginia. And when I did that, I had been playing with podcasting a little bit since 2006, nothing really crazy. And now, I mean, here I am. I'm doing, a couple of podcasts here and there. I've talked at podcast conferences. I run podcasts. I help run a network called Gagglepod, where we help creatives tell their story through podcasting. I get to do it for work, so I get to get paid to do what I love to do. And so that's my history with theater. Yeah, in this first 15 minutes of this talk. Oh my God, I've been talking for 15 minutes, and you guys haven't told me to shut up yet. Don't tell me to shut up. And I can just see the Facebook comments coming in. So I do all that, and I'm looking at theater. I'm attending shows all the while, and I'm not a huge musical guy. I hate musicals. I hate them. Opera I can do because I don't speak the language and I'm happy with it, and it's kind of magical to me. It's very over the top. So are musicals, but I get the language and it annoys me. Go figure. I'm weird like that. But you knew that, and you knew that. So I get out here, and well, all these years I've been seeing different shows, and I really like. I'm really a big fan of just straight theater. 12 Angry Men is probably one of my favorite plays in the world. I've actually got to light that play when I was in Richmond, Virginia, for a summer stock festival that was done in an outdoor theater, and it was a fantastic experience. And I also did The Odd Couple, which was another fantastic experience, a great show. So that's more where I'm at. That's the kind of theater that I enjoy. I enjoy stuff that makes you think, makes you cry, makes you, just kind of, it gives you not necessarily a good feeling at the end of the day, but it really gets that left side of your brain going. That's what I really enjoy. So that's kind of where I'm at with theater right now. So I'm doing theater podcasting, pretty much, and really enjoying that and encouraging people, like yourselves, like you viewers, to go out there and do theater. Now you're going to say, but Tim, we have COVID going on. Yes, we do. And theater people have been really hurt by this, hugely hurt by this. Um, it's kind of hard to have a show when you can't have anybody in the audience. However, a lot of theaters have gone online. Some of them have gone back to being in person. Wear your masks. Make sure you're vaccinated, and that's okay. But if you're only if you're getting less than half the people that you used to have, you're going to have to cut back, and you're going to have to really rethink it. So some people are going online and doing it via Zoom. They're doing, promoting it through TikTok, through Facebook, through MySpace. I saw a show that was being done in MySpace. I'm kidding. I'm lying. I didn't see that. I'm just, being ridiculous. But why is theater important? I guess is kind of where I would like to go next. Theater can give us a mirror of ourselves, of what's going on in the culture and society. And sometimes we need that mirror because, we we're a great country, but we have things that we don't do right. And we need to, have somebody call us out and say, hey, this ain't right. This ain't cool. In my estimation, in the theater that I like to see, we get called out. And I think it only makes us stronger. It makes us better. What does theater do for kids? Theater gives them that sense that I had, that, oh, because middle school and high school is rough. We all have been through it. It's a rough time in your life. And if it gives you some sort of joy, if it gives you a reason to get up in the morning and go to school and deal with all the crap for 8 hours in a day, and then do a rehearsal at night and, build a set and tear it down and all that kind of good stuff, it keeps you going. And, for a time I wasn't doing theater and I was looking for, what's going to keep me going. Well, I've switched it over to podcasting now. Would I like to eventually go back into theater? It would have to be on a part-time level. Absolutely. We're going to let COVID kind of do what it needs to do. And then I can go and, because I know in Fredericksburg here, we have a theater troupe that I would love to volunteer and give a hand with. But right now, yeah, I have a few too many things on my plate, and safety wise, I need to be safe. Theater is important to us because it gives us culture, because it holds that mirror up to us, it entertains us. Theater is immediate. It's right there in front of you. Podcasting is fantastic. Yeah, I get in your ears. YouTube is nice because I can, go ahead and you can turn me on and turn me off whenever you want. But theater, I'm right there with you as an actor. And don't trust me, as an actor, I've been an actor before. I'm right there with the audience. They're feeling everything that I'm feeling, and there's no escape. You are there with me for 2 hours, and I'm gonna tell you the story, and you guys are gonna feel what I feel, and that feeling is just amazing. YouTube's not going to replace it. TikTok's not going to replace it. Podcasting is not going to replace it. Podcasting, yes, I get in your ears, and that's very intimate, and that's great, but there's no visual. YouTube is great. Instagram Live is great because I can, there isn't any, there isn't a whole lot of gatekeeper stuff going on there, but I can't touch you. I can put my finger right up there and go point, 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 or point, 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 but I can't touch you. Okay. I get you into a theater. Okay. With COVID going on, I'm not going to touch you, but when it all goes away, or when it gets to a point where we're okay, I can come up and touch you. You can feel the heat coming off of me. And that's what I really enjoy about theater that nothing else can do. It's like going to a live concert. Now, I don't go to a whole lot of live concerts because my hearing is not that great and it all sounds muffled to me. But, when I do go to a concert, it's not only the experience of the musician and their musicianship, but it's being there with other folks. And we are social people. We are social people. A lot of us would like to live, behind these screens, but we are social people. We need people in our lives. And that's why theater, I hope and pray that it will be with us forever in a form, maybe not in the form that we know it in today here in 2021, but it's not the form that it was in back 2,000 years ago either. It was in a different format back with the Greeks, back with other civilizations that have their own take on theater. So it's been with us for a long time. I hope it stays with us for a long time. I don't know of any other um, medium that can be so intimate, so personal, so in your face, so you can't escape it. It's easy to escape this. You can turn off the Instagram right now. You can turn off the YouTube channel right now and be done with it. And throw your laptop out the window. You can do that. Theater, I'm right there. So you'll have to deal with me. You'll have to deal with the actor. So, where do I think theater is going? I'm not 100% sure. I hope to a good place. How can you help theater? How can you help theater? Well, if they're doing stuff online, find out where your local theater company is. If they're doing stuff online, go online with them and support them. If they're doing something in person, if you can, if you're vaccinated, protect them and protect you. Wear your mask. Go do it in person if you can. Um, some theaters are, and I thought this was really cool. Is they were showing their old shows online, and you can pay a subscription thing for that, or you can pay per show or stuff like that. Go do that. Go do that. If you used to have a subscription program to a theater and they've been kind of dark, keep it going. Keep the money flowing, because it does take some money to do. And I think I've never been a big one for New York theater. That was never my thing. I always wanted to go to the off Broadway stuff. The stuff that we used to do back in the day when we didn't have any money, and we could do some really powerful works from really new playwrights. So support those kind of theaters if you can, whether it be financial or whether it be volunteering or donating clothes or lumber or what have you. Um, go ahead and do that, because eventually we are going to see we're going to come out of this whole COVID thing at some point. The world is, it has obviously changed right now. It's going to change some more, and it's going to need to change some more for us to come out of this. What does theater look like after that? I don't know, but don't let it die. Don't let it die on our watch. Okay, that's what I have for you this evening. Next month, I'll be doing a live stream. We're going to be talking about crafting. Yeah, I craft a little bit too. And in October, we have a wonderful episode. October of 2021, we have a wonderful episode coming out dealing with mentorship and artists. I'm going to spring a little something on you here. I had a guest come in, and they are from Canada, and they have been on the TEDx stage up there in Vancouver, Canada. Kind of a big deal. Look for it in the end of October the 30th. That episode's going to come out of 2021. I'll be doing National Novel Writing Months all through November. So I'll be writing 1,667 words every day, and I'll be podcasting every day. So I'll be participating in uh, NAPO Podmo, National Podcasting Producing Month, something like that. NAPO Podmo. And that's where I do produce a episode every day. So basically, I'm going to take the stuff that I write that day and pop it on the podcast. So a lot of great things coming up. And then it'll be December before you know it, and we'll do a end of year wrap up. And I'm already planning 2022. 2022 is going to be, if I thought 2020 was pretty, 2021 was pretty exciting, 2022 is going to be even better. So thank you for staying with me. Thank you for taming your inner critic and creating more than you consume. Now go out there and go create some art for somebody you love. yourself.
Already planning 2022. 2022 is going to be, if I thought 2020 was pretty, 2021 is pretty exciting, 2022 is going to be even better. So thank you for